Hello, 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 everybody. How is everybody doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Today is a beautiful day. It's a very cold day outside. It is in the mid 30s, maybe 33, 34 degrees. We had a cold night last evening, and the sun is shining, as you can see from where I am. Take you down a little bit, but it's very cold. So shout out everybody. Thank you all. I welcome you all once again to another live video. Welcome in Rook of All, Miss JoJo, OK Lounge with Gwen Michelle. Thank you all beautiful ladies for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. We're going to take a brief second or two of silence in honor of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about Dr. King. Welcome in Wanda, Louisiana Style, and Carmela. Welcome in everybody. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was born in Atlanta, Georgia, January 15th, 1929. However, we celebrate his birth on January 20th, which is a legal holiday, federal holiday. So here we are today with another year of celebration for Dr. King. We're going to talk a little bit about Dr. King, and then we're going to talk about what we need to do as a people to continue on with the work that Dr. King started. Dr. King wanted to eradicate violence, poverty, and racism. And Dr. King was all for DEI, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. And with that, it's fair treatment and participation of all people. It doesn't matter your race or your disability. That is what DEI is all about. A lot of times you have discrimination in workplaces as well as other places that will not include everybody. So Dr. King was all for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Dr. King was a man that God used. He gave him an assignment, I believe. I believe he was chosen by God to be an example of what loving your neighbor is all about. Dr. King was a drum major for justice, peace, and righteousness. Was he a perfect man? No, he wasn't. There's only one perfect, and that's God, the Most High God. But he had an assignment to do. He completed the assignment, I believe, and the torch was passed on to the rest of us. We have a duty now to finish the work, or continue, should I say, the work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and others. We must learn how to treat people. We should be respectful. We should treat people with justice and dignity. And Dr. King was all for this. We need to know how to and learn how to build our communities, how to be unified. I believe if Dr. King was here today, He would be disappointed in the events, the issues that are at hand, and the things that are going on in our world today. A lot of racism, a lot of poverty, homelessness, and a lot of violence. And I just know he would not be pleased with what is going on and what we see going on around us. We all need to make changes. We need to, instead of a day of rest today, it should be a day of service, a day of getting out here, feeding people, clothing people, trying to see if people have proper housing, if they have what they need, and whatever we can do to help in that area. This is what we should be doing, a day of service, not a day of rest. We have already been resting too much. So we should not, and I say we because it includes all of us, we should not allow the dream for America to die. It's much work out here to do, and we all have to do it. We can do our parts. No matter what or how small, we can do our part. There are a lot of hurting people out here, a lot of homelessness, a lot of people that are hungry, people that don't have housing, people that don't have health care. What are we doing to become unified? What are we doing to stop the violence? These things began at home and spread abroad. So if we would all do our part, love people, care about people, be respectful of everybody, no matter the race, love everybody. Greatest commandment of all, to love our neighbor as ourselves. Our neighbors may not live next door to us, but they're our neighbors. Welcome in, Tim. Welcome in, Georgia Girl, Miss JoJo, Carmela. Welcome in, all of you. I'm so glad you came. Thank you for coming. And anyone who may be in the watchtower watching, I thank you. Please give a thumbs up. I appreciate the comments after the live as well. I dropped a video, a short, and it may be dropped by now, of a person who is homeless and living in his van. This person is parked right beside the building where my mother lives. And the building that she lives in is independent living, and all of the people there are elderly and or disabled. Now, this person was parked on one end of the parking lot a few months ago. And I understand, allegedly, he was asked to move by management, that he could not park there. And I understand that. So he moved from the property and parked on the street that is right next to the van. Now that is concerning for a number of reasons. Number one, here's a man that is living in his van. He has a little doggy with him. How is he eating? How is he going to the bathroom? And all of this. So a couple of the residents reached out and started giving him food and blankets and stuff. And we have had some really harsh, cold nights. My daughter and another family member had gotten involved in this, trying to reach out to see what could be done to help this man. Everything he said he owns is in the van, lamps and different household items. Some people have spoken to him, and he says he has nowhere to go. Now, he has been seen by some residents using the bathroom out there near the shrubs. That cannot be, because it's unsanitary and it's going to get hot, and that's going to be a problem. So that cannot be. And not only that, it's cold. Nobody wants to see him out there frozen or freezing to death, because we have some resources in the city. And my daughter had reached out to some folks about this person, and nothing was done. Well, she didn't stop, and another family member got with her, and they have been reaching out to different officials in the city. So last evening, the other family member contacted one of the county commissioners about the situation. And the county commissioner went there, spoke with the man, called some authorities that took him to a warming center. Now, here's the thing. When the weather breaks, or when he's no longer able to be at the warming center, what's next? The man needs some resources, but the county commissioner said he's going to help him in that area. So to God be the glory. To God be the glory. Because nobody knows this person. Nobody knows his intentions. Nobody knows his mental stability. You know, is he mentally sound? Nobody knows anything. And it's just really a sad, sad situation. But I thank God. I told my mom I'm grateful that help is on the way. So I went to visit my mom because I had to pick up my grandson. So I went to visit her and to take some things to her that I had for her. And I shot a picture, a little video of the van, and I posted it. And it may be on my page by now, just a short. But he wasn't there. I guess he's getting some help. And as I said, to God be all the glory. He had asked one of the residents a few days ago, allegedly, if he could come into the building and take a shower. And the man told him he couldn't do that. You know, he couldn't let him in the building. Some people have talked to him about trying to get a place to live in that building, because the man is elderly. I mean, he appears to be elderly, at least over 60 years old. So these are the situations and the things that we have to take notice of, and to try and help where we can. It's about community service today and every day. Yes, we do honor Dr. King, but it does not stop with Dr. King. It does not stop with the other greats who were there with Dr. King. We still have a duty to move forward and to help and to try and unify the community. We're talking about all of this over here and that over there, but we have things going on right here under our noses. So what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Yes, people have been feeding him from that building. They have been taking food out to the van to him. All well and good, but it's cold now. We got down in the teens, I think, last night, maybe 19, 20. I know when I got up this morning, it was 21. And it's supposed to go down. It's supposed to snow in my area tomorrow. It is icy out here. When I got in the car this morning, it gave me a notice to be careful that it could be ice on the ground. So these are the conditions that we're faced with now, and nobody needs to be in this type of weather. Let me welcome the rest of you in that I've not spoken to. Lucy Warren's World, Tim, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Sparkle, thank you for coming. Nefertiti, Joshua Gabriel, Lisa J. Stocks. I want to welcome all of you in. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Georgia Girl, listening but multitasking. I understand, I do it all the time. Yes, everybody stay warm. Stay warm. Don't go out if you don't have to. I live in the South and we're not used to snow. And they're saying that we're going to get some snow tomorrow, which is Tuesday. Wednesday, we're supposed to get snow. So therefore, the schools have shut down, the public schools, and I think some private schools as well, have shut down. Well, today was a holiday, and they're shut down for Tuesday and Wednesday. This is nothing for people up north and Midwest. They're used to it. We're not used to it like that down here in the South, so everything stops. When they talk about snow, schools start to shut down. And a lot of people don't have snow tires, don't know how to drive on the snow and the ice. So things pretty much shut down right now. I had to go out today, this morning, and it was so smooth traveling down the streets because it was hardly nobody out there. And I loved it. It was not the hustle and bustle. It was just scarce traffic out there. So yes, it's 19 now, it's 14. Nefertiti said it's 19 now and 14 last night. That is bitter cold. And Anthony says they claim we will have snow in Florida tomorrow. Yes, I was just saying that I moved to the South to get away from the cold, but it's here now. Yes, things are happening everywhere in places where they've never happened before. And I said that we have snow about every 3 to 5 years, but I think it's been about 7 years since we had snow. We don't get it too often, 5, 6, 7 years, but we do get it. And the year that we got it, it was so pretty and white, and it did stick. We have snow flurries a lot, but they don't stick. So I'm just staying in the house. We have the thermostat on, but y'all, it still feels like it's cool in the house. But when you go outside and come back in, you can feel the warmth. But once you stay in for a while, it seems that the system, the heating system, is not doing much. And I know I have a good system. I mean, a lot of times it gets so toasty in here, you can hardly stand it, but I think it's because it's so cold. And I don't know what's happening, if things are being turned down or whatever, or if it's just so many people using the heat that it seems like it's not working the way it should. And I just had the heat serviced, I think in November. Everything was working fine. I think it was November. I want to say October or November. Everything is fine. It's just that it's very cold outside. So I'm asking all of you to stay warm as you can. And Nefertiti said, yes, it's definitely cool. Yeah, it's cool inside. It really is. Yesterday we had a little storm. And they're saying that we're having a winter storm here beginning January 21st through the 22nd. We're supposed to be having a winter storm on the way. So yes, I'm just trying to stay in the house and stay warm as I possibly can, not getting out if I don't have to. So I want you guys to do the same thing. Let's keep each other in prayer. the people out there in California. Lots of people lost homes and properties, and it's not just the celebrities. I was watching Information Man show yesterday, and he was breaking down what's going on out there. A lot of people have lost properties, not just celebrities, just regular people are homeless, don't have anywhere to go, and they have lost everything. So let's keep all of these people up in prayer, lifted. And everybody that is going through any storm, any physical storm, mental, financial, medical, whatever, let's keep everybody uplifted in prayer, because we all can use some prayer. And let's just remember, on these certain days where we pay our respects to the fallen soldiers, the civil rights leaders, and anyone else, let's remember their mission and try to continue on. It's good to recognize these people, but don't stop there. Let's not stop there. Let's do everything we can do in our human power to make things better for all of us in America, because there is enough for everybody. Let's try to band together, be unified, be the beloved community that was spoken of years ago. Not just use vain words, but let's put boots on the ground and do what we need to do. When we see situations, observe, pay attention, and say something. If we can help somebody, if we can save somebody's life, like getting this man out of the cold. And I watch a lot of van lifers, and I know I've seen people bundling up and layering up, and blankets, and trying to keep warm with different devices and stuff, but that is hard. And especially when you live in a climate where you're not used to that type of cold. Many people here have frozen to death at different times over the years because they were out there in the elements, trying to live on the streets, trying to live under bridges, trying to cuddle up on sidewalks with blankets and things of that sort. So if we can help these people, however we can help, and we have to admit, some people will not receive help. Some people like being out there. I know of cases where family members have tried to get loved ones off the streets, and they will get them for a time, take them home, and they will go right back to the streets. So some people like that lifestyle. They have become accustomed to it, and they're not right unless they're out there in it. But some people may want to have shelter and places, warm places to live. I don't know what this man's circumstances are or what his situation is, but he did have a place, because in that van he has lamps, as I said, household items. So maybe he's just fallen on some really rough times in his life. We don't know, but trying to get some help, trying to get some people's attention to help this person. And he is just one among many in my city who live out in the elements. Some of them don't even have vehicles. Some of them have tents. They have put up tents, and they are living out in the elements that way. So he does have a vehicle, so, but he still should not have to be out there if he doesn't want to be out there. Okay, so I thank you all for coming to listen. Hello, Skate Committee. Top of the day for you. And yes, we salute the Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Hello, Shetika Woods Crocheting. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you all for coming. And I'm trying to be sure that I have spoken to everybody. If this is your first or second time with us, you are welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are a regular, you already know you're welcome. So I thank you all for your time. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. And may the Lord makes his face to shine on you. Let your lights shine among others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify our Heavenly Father. Y'all have a blessed day, a blessed rest of the week, and I will see you guys on the next video. I will probably be coming with another cooking video this week. I already have something in mind that I will be cooking, but you all stay tuned, and it will be a little bit of surprise. Let's keep Tamika Davis uplifted in prayer, because the last time I saw her, I think she had a cold. She wasn't feeling well. So let's keep our sister uplifted in prayer. And I will talk to you guys on the next one. Take care, Anthony, and everyone in the chat room. And I appreciate all of you.